Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
A very good Thursday afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. The two people dead after a suspected murder-suicide in Helena have been identified. Lewis and Clark County Coroner Brian Backerberg says 37-year-old Russell Roman went to a birthday party at a home on the west end of town on Tuesday evening. Police say he pulled out a gun and ordered everyone out of the home. Investigators say Roman followed his estranged wife, 37-year-old Rebecca White Roman, outside, shooting her in the front yard before then turning the gun on himself. The Helena Police Department is still investigating the incident. Chief Troy McGee told MTN on Wednesday they're looking for more background information on the family to see if there was a history of violence. And in Billings, a driver is dead after crashing his car, wrapping it around a tree this morning. It happened just before 1:30 a.m. Billings police say the 38-year-old Billings man was driving at a high speed when he lost control and hit the tree. The driver was trapped and had to be extricated from the car. Emergency crews performed CPR on the man on scene. He was then transported to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. And an update on a series of semi-truck crashes near Superior on Wednesday. A semi-truck driver died and another fell to his death after a pileup on icy Interstate 90. Two other people were hurt Wednesday morning, including a firefighter who had stopped to help. The crash shut down both lanes of the interstate for much of the day. Montana Highway Patrol Trooper Terry Rosenbaum tells MTN the 5 semi-trucks involved all jackknifed on the icy road. The chain of events started just after 4 o'clock Wednesday morning. Authorities tell us the first semi-truck was hauling a flatbed piled with lumber. The driver lost control, spilling lumber and completely blocking the eastbound lanes. A second semi tried to avoid the crash, driving through the median and completely blocking all westbound lanes. Witnesses say that driver thought he was going to get hit by westbound traffic, so he jumped over the bridge guardrail to what he thought was safety. But MHP says the driver was unaware of the 100-foot drop and fell to his death. The driver of the third semi-truck was partially ejected when he crashed into the pileup and was airlifted to a local hospital. The driver of the fifth commercial vehicle slammed into the other wrecked semi-trucks and died on scene. Adding to the tragedy, Frenchtown fire officials report one of their firefighters slipped and fell some 40 feet over a bridge deck. He was rushed to the hospital with what are being called serious injuries. In other news this afternoon, State Auditor Matt Rosendale announced a significant settlement with a prescription drug firm. He says the agreement will help his office in its quest to drive down high drug prices. The company, Prime Therapeutics, agreed to pay for an independent review of its drug pricing and contracts. Rosendale hopes to use the data to formulate policies to reduce prescription drug costs for Montana consumers. Prime Therapeutics is a drug benefits manager for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Montana and 24 other Blue Cross entities across the nation. Rosendale took action last year against Prime and other drug benefits firm to require them to submit information about their pricing actions. He says the companies have complex agreements that sometimes prevent pharmacists from advising consumers on lower cost options for their drugs.
Been trying very hard to get the information to identify where these dollars are all going, to the point that we had to take legal action against these big pharma companies. Finally, we're able to get the information, and now we're going to bring legislation forward that is going to help drive down the cost of pharmaceuticals for the consumers and bring transparency to the pharmacists that are delivering it.
A Blue Cross spokesman in Montana points out that it's not involved in the agreement and its customers have not been affected by it. In other news, Crow tribal members are learning more about a controversial case that the U.S. Supreme Court will hear at the beginning of the new year. A Crow man says an old treaty gives him the right to hunt on public land in Wyoming. The American Civil Liberties Union told tribal members the ruling will not affect hunting on the reservation. The case involves Clavin Herrera, who is cited for hunting elk in the Bighorn National Forest in Wyoming without a license and out of season. Herrera did not attend Wednesday night's forum, but the ACLU says he believes hunting is lawful under the 1868 Treaty of Fort Laramie.
With Crow tribal members, we do still have those hunting rights because of this treaty, and so he's been practicing his right as a Crow tribal member to hunt for his family and provide for his family. That is our original part of our original territory, our original land base.
The U.S. Supreme Court is scheduled to hear the case Herrera versus Wyoming on January 8th. The court is expected to release its decision in the spring. Well, now we'll turn things over to Ed in the Weather Center. Ed, it doesn't feel like it across the entire state, but winter starts tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to have a shift in the weather pattern that kind of coincides with it. It's more coincidence than anything else. But today, the last full day of fall. Tomorrow, we'll look for the beginning of winter, as we'll look for the shortest day of the year as far as the time between sunrise and sunset goes. Here's the way it's going to set up for tomorrow. The winter solstice will occur tomorrow at 3:23 local time, and that's the point where the direct rays of the sun are at the point that's closest to the South Pole that it reaches all year long. From that point on, it starts to move more north, and the days get a little bit longer. We'll talk about any influence from that. Yes or no, coming up with the forecast.
Well, I think we're all looking forward to a few more hours of daylight. And Delta Airlines will be adding an additional nonstop flight in and out of Bozeman for this spring. It's a Saturday flight to and from Detroit, Michigan. For all 5 Saturdays in the month of March, Bozeman did used to have direct flights to and from Detroit in the early 2000s. That was before Northwest Airlines and Delta merged. Detroit is a major hub for Delta, and the flight from Detroit will arrive in Bozeman just before 11 a.m. and will leave again just after noon. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. Coming up, a Helena landmark is up for sale. We'll give you a look inside this famous home. But first, a day closer to the holiday weekend. How will the weather cooperate? Ed has his full forecast when we come back.
Watching MTN News with Samantha Sullivan, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.